Okay, today we are playing a game on Eichenwald. We are in the Platinum SR range, and we will be playing Anna on the first round of defense, and then Zarya and Reinhardt after that point. Mostly Zarya in the replay. There is also a little bit of Mercy in there on defense, but not very much. Not enough that I felt she needed to be included anywhere, except in this part here where I included her to say I didn't include her. So our current team composition is Reinhardt, Roadhog, Torbjorn, Symmetra, Anna, and Zenyatta. So, two things. First off, we don't have a Mercy, which is very sad because, yeah, Mercy's still really good as it turns out. Who could have seen that one coming? The other thing is our team gets super fucked by Pharah, because we have two static defenders as our DPS. So, and also we're defending on Eichenwald. First checkpoint on Eichenwald. Attacking team is like an 85% chance to have a Pharah on it, so that's probably going to be pretty sad. At least we've got Anna and Zenyatta here to try and counter the Pharah. Oh, and that's the best you've got in your team, isn't it sad? So Reinhardt's trying to cheese right now. It doesn't work. He doesn't die, which is cool. We end up coming really far out as Anna right there. Don't recommend doing that either, because you don't want to die. Genji's upset about that one. So here we chuck our grenade over here. Not really worth using right there, because our team is not low HP, because our two tanks are being threatened by a Winston. Oh no. So not super useful use of the grenade, and maybe if we catch the Winston with it, he ends up dying, but he left his bubble behind on the roof anyway, so he probably ends up dying regardless in that case. So, kinda ends up being relevant, because Torbjorn ends up dying right next to us. If we had our grenade to just pitch at his feet, he wouldn't have died, so does end up mattering, but also, yeah, they got a Pharah, how sad is that? And she ends up killing us as well, which is unfortunate. Did we have our grenade? Came up right as we died. Feels bad, man. So, because we ended up using the grenade, we couldn't save Torbjorn, and we couldn't save ourselves either. And it's kind of hindsight's 2020 to say that, but at the same time, it wasn't the most useful thing to throw it at anyway. And this is by far the biggest thing with Anna in my experience, is that people tend to be quite frivolous with their cooldowns, and like Anna's cooldowns are really important and also really long, so they're quite punishing to use incorrectly. So we get back in time to chuck our grenade at Zenyatta's feet, and he ends up not dying. And miraculously, everything just goes a lot better than expected. We're really low, but Zenyatta's put his Harmony Orb on us as well. It's kind of awkward that, like, yeah, if we're low HP, the best we've got to heal us is Zenyatta, which is a little sad, because Anna can't really self-heal. Moira also can't really self-heal very consistently, so I have some concerns about Moira in regards to that, but also, she seems really strong, so probably doesn't end up mattering that much. So, he's really low HP, slip a few shots in. We've ended up in a really awkward spot all the way over here, because now we're kind of on the wrong side of the enemy team, but now Reinhardt's here and we can nano boost him. Unfortunately, they still have a Pharah, and we have to kind of try and kill the Pharah, because we're like the only ones that can, but also we're our team's main healer, so we kind of can't. It's really awkward. It's a very awkward team comp to have, basically. We nano boosted the Reinhardt. It didn't end up doing very much, but he's also like the best person on our team to nano boost, because we don't really have any great combos. The best combo we got is Roadhog with his ultimate, but he just used that, so that won't be happening anytime soon. We do miss our sleep dart on Winston a couple of times right here. We're going to miss again in the near future, and it ends up being really sad because we miss him here and we die as a result. We missed him earlier as well, and we ended up really low as a result of that, and we died. Was the health kit there? And we didn't pick it up? Because there's a health kit in this room. Spawn behind us right there, so we should back up and pick up the health kit, but we're more preoccupied with healing them, and we're not thinking about our own HP, so then when Winston comes in, we're really fucked. If we actually picked up the health kit, like, we missed the sleep dart, which is obviously sad, but if we picked up the health kit, we probably would have survived just long enough to also use our grenade and actually survive, so that might have also mattered. Our team, like, would have gotten killed regardless, because that fight was going terrible. Our teleporter got broken and there was nothing we could do to stop the Pharah, so it was just gonna generally be pretty sad. But we could have potentially survived. We do have a soldier on our team in the near future. Yeah, we have one now, actually. Okay, great. So now that we actually have a team, fucking hate that. You know what I hate the most in this video game? Is when somebody picks something and they go, oh, if it doesn't work, I'll switch. So, I hate that. I hate when people say that, because first off, they never do. But secondarily, they're making an acknowledgement, it probably won't work, and when I start getting punished for it, that's when I'll stop doing it. You know, when we've already lost, like, most of the tempo in the game, and, like, they've got a bunch of ultimates, and I've got no ultimate because I just switched off this hero that wasn't very helpful. Oh, no, that's only tangentially connected to what was happening, but that's, like, really upsets me when people say that. So, we've got Nano Boost back up again, and we are kind of, like, standing out in the middle of nowhere while this is happening. Can't rewind while pause. We're standing, like, out in the middle of the street while we're doing this, so we end up taking a lot of damage as a result of it. Our only other healer is Zenyatta, so we, like, really don't want to end up getting super low. Here, I would just use the grenade on yourself, because we're at 77 HP. We either gotta get healed by Zenyatta soon, or just, like, use the grenade on yourself, because walking around at 77 HP is scary. So this fight, also not going exactly well. What did we use our Trank on? Why is our Trank on cooldown? We tried to get Winston with it? Yeah, we got Winston with it, but he got woken up again, which is just the saddest possible thing. I killed the nano-boosted dude, but he ended up just getting woken up immediately afterwards. So, we're pretty fucked by this point, and there's not really a lot we can do about it. Maybe if we nano-boosted the Reinhardt, he might have been able to survive the damage because of the damage reduction, but probably not also. Basically, by that point, we'd already lost so much, like, tempo, and we had so few things to actually use to fend the enemy team off with, it was just kinda already over. So now we've entered the Mercy segment, and, yeah, it doesn't last very long, it doesn't go very well. They have a lot of ultimates. Zenyatta, we were trying to get our team to go out and defend it because we had Zenyatta's ultimate and a couple of others, but our team, like, didn't want to go out very quickly, and we were going out different doors as well. So, it ended up just being that nothing happened, and Zenyatta used his ultimate, and it ended up being a waste, and now we're getting we're getting tased by Winston. Soldier has gotten his ultimate, and he's been able to kill a couple people with that, so finally, we've sort of stifled them a little bit. It doesn't last very long. Not to spoil anything, but this game doesn't go super well. Also, our soldier just changed to Bastion, which is definitely the correct decision, 100%. So we're getting microwaved by Winston, and we really don't want to be microwaved by Winston. We've got a Pharah to kind of jump to. We were, like, really, like, flustered with what to do, it looked like, and kind of panicking, but we got out of it. Oh, look, this is pre-nerf. Didn't have to stop and be an animation lock to make that one happen. Oh, it's okay, that didn't really do that much. You can kind of kill Mercy in a few situations you couldn't before now, but, like, ultimately it didn't really do anything, as I had expected. So we just dodged out of D.Va's ultimate. We don't quite have res, and we're, like, agonizingly close to having our ultimate to have res. Here's the thing, right? This is the point where you just pull out your pistol and start shooting people. Because, really want to get to Valkyrie right now, so that we can res someone, but Zenyatta's using Transcendence, so we can't actually heal anybody to get ult charge off healing people right now. But we really want to res Reinhardt or D.Va. Pull out your pistol and, like, just shoot someone to get that last 10% up. Then, you res one of the tanks, and you're in Valkyrie. We probably don't die to that as a result of being in Valkyrie, and maybe it goes better. Instead, we don't do that. We're about to have Valkyrie, but, like, we're also about to lose the game. So, we've got Valkyrie now. We should res D.Va. Like, we've gotten the second charge of res, and I know it's scary, but resing Zenyatta is significantly worse than resing D.Va because Zenyatta's not going to help us stand on the point right now. What we need right now is people that are good at standing on the point, so we should have just res D.Va as soon as she died, because we need her out here to actually, like, stand on the point. She ended up getting back out here anyway, but, like, Zenyatta does not help stand on the objective, really. Unless he has his ultimate. He doesn't have his ultimate, he just used his ultimate. Though, realistically, by this point, we're also already fucked. So, unsurprisingly, that didn't go super well. So, now we're gonna play Zarya for a while, and then we're gonna play Reinhardt for the last, like, third-ish of the game. So... Our team is quite tragic because we have Doomfist on it right now. Oh. We do actually get to combo Graviton with Meteor Strike. There we go, that's the one. Shows how often I see Doomfist. Yeah, which is one of the harder combos to pull off as well, because Doomfist's ult has quite the wind-up on it, but we do actually get to combo it a couple of times during this game. So, we didn't manage to get much ult charge off of that, because they kind of already used all their damage by the time... Ult charge. Just charge. We also didn't get anything off Winston, because he jumped... What's going on? Oh my god.
Which is much better than a previous idea we had. Gum that's just Trident, bursting with more flavor. Much better idea.
This is what we call advertisements these days. Jesus Christ, that was terrible. I'm very upset about this. God damn it. Anyway, so we're trying to push in right now. We've shielded Doomfist as he's running away. We're up to some... We've gotten 50% charge right now, which is not out of control, but it's starting to get there. So, we have killed 2 of them right now, and their Mercy is still alive, but their Mercy is now dead. We kind of didn't really have to do very much in this fight. They kind of just lost a bunch of people really quickly, which is gonna end up leading to you losing the point really quickly. And their team is also, like, quite terrible, mostly because they have a Hanzo, but, like, look at our team, right? Their team's not very good at fending off a dive, because they've got Hanzo, Soldier, Ana, who really hate being dove on, and Winston and D.Va can't really do much to help you if you're being dove on. D.Va can try and kill them, but they don't really do that much to stop, like, a full-on dive, right? So... It just kinda, they get fucked, basically. Now they have a Reinhardt instead of a Winston, which is an improvement, but really what would have been a lot better than Reinhardt would have been Roadhog, because they still have a main tank in D.Va. So if their Reinhardt changed to Roadhog, he'd, like, fuck our Winston's day up really badly. Roadhog also really fucks up Doomfist, because Doomfist is a big guy that doesn't actually have that many hit points, so it kinda gets fucked by Roadhog. So we kinda, again, we like bubble ourselves really late, like we've already taken all of the damage and they just kinda don't shoot us after that point. If you're gonna try and just like walk out into a line of fire and get charge off of that, you gotta do it like as soon as you start taking damage, basically, because we just like, soldiers shooting at us, but we just wait way late, and then by the time we actually use the bubble, he's already stopped shooting at us. So it ends up being really awkward. It is best to use your bubbles when somebody already starts taking damage, because then what a lot of Zarya players do is they use their bubbles like, oh, I'm gonna take damage, or that dude's gonna take damage, and then the person just goes, oh, wait, hold on. Okay, now I'll start shooting at him instead. It's a lot harder to stop yourself from shooting once you've already started shooting, and you're also not gonna react immediately, so you're gonna get some charge off of it, at the very least, but we just wait, like, way too long to actually do it. So, Armacree is performing an illegal maneuver where he just sort of walks right up to their front line. 2 of our team are dead right now, so this is just, like, not super likely to work out, but we end up killing both of their supports. And their Mercy died first, so she didn't get to res anybody either. So, even though, like, we have also, though, way overstepped our boundaries. We're playing really aggressively, and we're not actually allowed to play this aggressively right now, because first off, we're at like half HP. Like, we get hit by that right there, and we keep walking forward at half HP. But we've got no charge. We're not allowed to be aggressive right now, because we have no charge. Playing Zarya is quite straightforward, in that it's, if you're high charge, you walk forward and start bullying people. If you're low charge, you play passively until you're high charge. So we're really just, like, not allowed to be doing what we're doing right there. And we get away with it, despite having no right to do so. We haven't been doing a very good job of being high charge in this game so far. Here we get pinned, so we're going to get some charge off of that, but we're also just going to kind of get hit right afterwards as well. Soldier's using his tack visor. We've lost Mercy. We've lost Doomfist. Like, this is not going to work out at this point. And, again, we're going forward. We're not allowed to be going forward. We're missing half our team right now. We were high charge, but we were missing half our team, so there was just kind of no reason for us to keep going forward, because there was nothing we were going to do, and we were just super likely to die, which is what happened. We ended up dying to an ultimate at least, so we didn't give them any ult charge with dying, but not great. So we have our ultimate really soon, and we've been trying to arrange using our ultimate with Doomfist. So, you know, we're doing a lot of communication about the ultimate, and that's good. We're doing a lot, also, I'm not a fan of this, we're like, are you guys ready for grav? No, you just tell them you're gonna use the grav, because you don't have time to deliberate over these things. If you see an opportunity to grav someone, you just use the grav. You tell your team you have the grav, and you tell them that you're looking to use it, because you have it, but you don't try and, like, deliberate with them, are you guys ready for it? You're just like, tell them you got it, tell them you're looking to use it, and then just, I'm using it. Just as soon as you see a chance, don't, like, deliberate over it. So it ends up being a really good. We catch everyone except their Mercy, which is fine, because Mercy can't res her entire team. So as long as you just kill, like, a lot of people, doesn't matter if Mercy survives, because she can't res an entire team anymore. We do end up getting pinned right here after getting Earth Shattered, which feels really bad, but Zenyatta's got Transcendence, so there's no risk involved. So they did manage, because Mercy didn't die, they're a lot better off in this fight than they would have been if we also caught the Mercy, but it was still pretty good. Like, we still caught their whole team. Mercy had to res a couple of them, but, like, if you catch the entire team, there's not that much Mercy can do about it, other than, like, what's going on over here, right? I just see Ana jumping around on top of the payload. It's one of those things where you come back and you look at the point like, oh, what the fuck, it's Ana? So just, like, if you're trying to, in this kind of scuffle where somebody's, like, pretty small and annoying to hit is, like, dancing around the payload with you, just, like, right-click around the payload. Because, like, we're high charge. Just, like, hitting her with the explosion is going to do a lot of damage, even if it's pretty far away. Just, like, if she's dancing around the payload, just chuck those right-clicks at the corners and try to get her as she ducks around the corner as well. Because, like, you know, it's a splash weapon. And you'll still, like, do a lot of damage to her, even if she's, like, out of range. So we're backing up right now because we're low HP. We're also purple, so we were a little bit afraid of that. You can purge the purple off with the shift, but we were also low HP, so we've almost got our ultimate again because we've been high charge during this fight, and this fight has been pretty extended out. Now we've got our ult again, we just chuck it in right there. We caught their whole team except Mercy again, but Mercy was actually behind us during that. Trying to go back, but I clicked off the window. Mercy actually goes behind us and ends up dying. We didn't seem to notice her, because she cuts back around us right now. We should just, like, turn around to make sure their Mercy dies, but she ends up dying regardless. Zenyatta kills her, and if you can believe it, like, our Mercy's up there using Valkyrie, and she's the one that kills most of the people in the Graviton. Oh, Valkyrie, now she's looking for blood. She's after this Reinhardt, so of the 5 kills that happened right there, 2 were Mercy, 2 were Zenyatta, and 1 was us. Supports rule. So, here's their D.Va. D.Va's fucked. D.Va's all alone right now because her entire team is dead. All she's actually doing, like, what she should have actually done was throw herself in the pit, because she just gave us a lot of ult charge. Because, you know, D.Va's a bit of an ult battery hero like that. Here, they're coming out to fight over a checkpoint they've already lost, which is, of course, bad, and they shouldn't be doing that. There's somebody behind us right now. We're playing Zarya, so, like, we don't really want to, like, go hunting after the person, but McCree's on the case. He's good at killing people 1v1, so it's no issue. So, now, we've got to try and get the last checkpoint. We are, again, playing really aggressively right now, while we're low charge, but most of their team is still respawning, so it's okay, we're gonna get away with it. Didn't get much charge off of Winston diving directly into them, which is, of course, very sad. That's kind of the idea, but because we do that, so here's why I wouldn't do what we do right there. We're like, I want the charge off of this Dragon Strike. Here's the thing. we haven't seen Reinhardt use Earthshatter in a really long time. Earthshatter charges really quickly, so we can kind of assume he's got it at this point. And, like, the position we're in, he wants it, right? Like, he wants it. It's not exactly your job to try and block Earthshatter, but we can assume he has it, and because of the way the game's going right now, he's probably looking to use it. Should it save the bubble to try and block it off at least ourselves? Because we are in a position where we can assume, hey, he's probably got it, and we could actually had an opportunity to just kind of hold our bubble to wait for it. So we're gonna get wiped here. But we've got Graviton built up again, because, I mean, just, there's been, like, a lot of fighting going on, basically, so it's going good. We've built up our ult really quickly a bunch of times now. We don't actually have much to combo it with, in general, but right now, they don't have their ultimates either, so very sad. It's not, if we can just catch a lot of their team in it, it's probably still fine. But, cause like, is it really worth holding Graviton to combo with Deadeye or Meteor Strike if you see a really good opportunity? Not really. Probably better to just use it if you see an opportunity to catch a bunch of people with it. So we lose our Doomfist right at the start, which is of course sad, as Meteor Strike is actually ready now. We lost our Mercy because she came into the res, so 2 of our team are dead right now. We've lost Mercy and we've also lost McCree. We still chuck the Graviton in there. This is a bad time to use the Graviton because 2 people were already dead, so the fight is not super likely to go in our favor because we've lost 2 people, one of which was our main healer right at the start of the fight. So we should have just held it to save for the next push. So now we're going to change to Reinhardt, and we're going to play Reinhardt for the rest of the game. Spoiler, there's not actually that much game left, because we do capture the 3rd checkpoint, but we capture it in overtime. They've got over a minute left, so we don't get the time extension. So, very sad. If we captured it, like, before we got to overtime, we would have still gotten the extension, but we capture it in overtime, so we end up not getting the extension. So, Winston's going in. We're kind of holding our barrier up for not very much reason right here. Can't go back when paused, because they're not actually looking at us right now, because they're looking at Winston, obviously, because Winston just jumped in. So there's not much reason to hold our barrier up right now. It's also mostly dead. So we want to have it recharging. Now, they're still not looking at us, and we're behind another barrier right now. It's about to break, but it's still in the way. So we could have just been letting it recharge over these last couple seconds, which can end up mattering, seeing as there's not exactly a lot of time left in this game. So now we're just going to go in and start swinging. We've almost got Earthshatter built up. Their Reinhardt's probably getting close as well, because, like, this has been a pretty long fight. But he's already dead. Don't have to worry about it now. We got caught in the Dragon Strike, but Zenyatta's got Transcendence, and we are gonna, like, it's no surprise we capture the checkpoint. It's just a matter of how quickly do we capture the checkpoint, and the answer is not quickly enough. We do end up using Earthshatter. It doesn't actually work very well, because the payload's kind of in the way, and it's like, they changed it, how it worked exactly with the payload, and now it gets, like, inconsistent to use around the payload. It's very annoying. Oh, look, there goes Skype. What a professional operation we run around here. Oh, there we go. Now, back over here. So, yeah, we're gonna capture the checkpoint. It's just how quickly do we capture it? Not quickly enough. We do capture it, but it's in overtime. We don't get the time extension because they've got more than a minute left. So, yeah, we have to hold it. We have to stop them from getting it. The best we can do now is draw. Like, that's the best we can do. We're not going to draw. Spoiler warning, we're not going to draw. So, I don't know what our team is right now, because our team has changed, like, a bunch of times, but it doesn't go super well. Like, when you're in the position where you're just fighting to draw, it's not going super well, you know. So we're not really standing in a very helpful position right now because we're blocking for exactly no one but ourselves. Because what's the point of playing Reinhardt, right? It's to block damage for other people. Who's behind us right now? No one, because we're standing in a really awkward position. Roadhog and people are, like, just, like, over here, like, damn, I wish that there was a shield in the way or something, right? Like, just stand, like, across the doorway. don't really recommend standing right up in the doorway, because if the enemy team collapses on you really quickly, you can just kind of get killed if you're that close to it. But we should be blocking more space. We're, like, pressed right up into the corner right now, and, like, nobody's standing behind us, and even if they are, they don't have exactly a great line of sight, because they can only see this tiny little slither through the grate, through the gate, rather, so we're not positioning very well, during that section. So, we are purple right now, which is scary. We've lost our Reinhardt. We got bumped forward into them while not full HP. God fucking damn it. Valarian. Incredible. Woo. So we got pushed into them at low HP, so we end up getting killed, and yet, to no one's great surprise, we're gonna lose the checkpoint right here. So, don't think we actually even get back in time to touch it. No, we don't. There's no way. There's no way. So that's very sad. Do we have the play of the game? No, we do not. We just left. Sad. Oh, unless we watch it in the highlight? No, okay. So, very sad. Yeah, didn't exactly go super well. So, things that stand out in, that game. During the Ana section, like, there's not that much we can really do about it, because, like, our team comp is, like, really bad, especially against the heroes they actually ended up picking, so there isn't that much we could do about it. Like, we didn't use our cooldowns fantastically, but even if we used them perfectly, probably the exact same thing still ends up happening, because there wasn't that much we could do to change that outcome. Unless we're gonna be an absolute god, and, like, the second Pharah sticks her face out, we kill her. Which is easier now, because Ana's damage got buffed back up, so she can kill her in 3 shots instead of 4 shots now, so that's cool. But yeah, there's not much we can really do about that one. I would say if your team doesn't have a Mercy, and you're playing one of the supports, you should probably change to Mercy, because Mercy is still really strong. Some people have stopped playing her because, of the nerf, but she's still really strong. She is still, like, really strong, and I still think she's a must-pick hero, because the utility of rezzing someone is just still really strong. It's just now you can't go for, like, the same ridiculous, stupid rezzes. So if you don't have a Mercy and you're playing a support, you should probably change to Mercy. Maybe Moira, but we'll see how that one turns out when we can actually play Moira in competitive, and we'll actually, like, get some reasonable data on Moira, because so far we've only seen her in places where I consider the data we get to be completely worthless. Because people on the PTR don't actually, like, play the game properly. Like, people don't take it seriously over there. Quick play is also a complete shit show, so the data that we get from those two places is, like, completely meaningless to me. It's like when, they reworked Mercy, some people were saying that, like, off the PTR, she was terrible, and I was like, we'll see how that goes when she's actually somewhere helpful. And, oh, it turned out Mercy was really fucking strong. Who could have seen that one coming? The PTR and quick play are completely worthless, so we'll see how Moira turns out when we can actually, like, play her in the actual video game. During the Zarya segment, we're, like, overstep our boundaries a lot while we're low charge. We're not allowed to play super aggressively unless we are high charge, but even then we still have to be somewhat conservative, because Zarya has no mobility. So if you overstep your boundaries, you do end up getting killed, so careful about being overly aggressive, basically. Didn't get a super lot of charge out of that game either. Some of it was just, like, unfortunate, where it's like you bubble the Winston jumping in, and he didn't take any damage. It's sad, but that's, like, what you're meant to do. It's just he didn't actually get any charge off of it. So, we do, like, mistime our own bubble a couple of times, though. And then Reinhardt, the like, positioning in the gate really upset me. It's like, no one is actually behind us. And even if they were behind us, we'd be giving them a terrible line of sight. So the positioning was, like, really bad on Reinhardt. Like, that really stood out to me, even though it was only, like, 2 seconds of the game, because I was just like, wow, that's, like, really not a good place to be standing right now. So, those are the things that stood out the most. So thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer, and I hope you found the video helpful.